The girl had only taken a drink from a stranger at the party. But when she woke up, she found herself lying in a river, having spent the entire night there. Panicked, she swam frantically to the shore, only to realize that no matter how loudly she called for help, there was no response. The eerie silence of the forest sent a chill down her spine. Flocks of crows cawed ominously overhead. She couldn't remember what had happened, but the dull pain coursing through her body told her something terrible must have occurred. Desperate, she sprinted out of the forest, following a desolate path back to town. The streets looked completely normal, except for one thing: there wasn't a single person in sight. The only sign of life was a frantic husky barking wildly at her. Heart pounding, she rushed home. The moment she stepped inside and saw her mother on the phone, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. But just as she stepped forward to explain what had happened, something chilling occurred.
Yes, my daughter hasn't come home.
She's 19.
She left the house around 7 last night.
Her eyes widened in shock. She raised her voice, calling out to her mother over and over, but no matter how loudly she shouted, it was useless. Her mother didn't react at all. Her stomach twisted in fear. In disbelief, she bolted to her little sister's room, hoping for help. But no matter how desperately she pleaded, her sister remained completely unaware of her presence, as if she had vanished from the world entirely. Panic gripped her. She stumbled back to her own room, hoping to collect herself. But the moment she caught sight of her reflection, her breath hitched. Bright red strangulation marks wrapped around her neck. Bruises and streaks of blood covered her body. Trembling, she stripped off her clothes, her fingers shaking as she reached up to fix her hair, only to feel deep, jagged wounds across her scalp. Tears welled in her eyes. Fighting through the pain, she began washing the blood off her skin. But as she stepped out of the shower, she stared in disbelief. The wounds, the bruises, the cuts, the strangulation marks had all miraculously vanished. Her mind reeled. None of this made sense. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she spotted a photo, one of her and her boyfriend at a motorcycle race. In an instant, something clicked. This had to be connected to her memory loss. Without wasting another second, she threw on her clothes, grabbed her motorcycle, and sped off to find answers. But little did she know, nothing in the world had changed, no matter what she did.